Okay, and I have given a cheating example. Did you see that? Did you see that examples? Did you like it? No, those are the examples which we can relate to quickly. Okay, that's how you can relate to any example. You understood? So single, multiple, multi-level, hierarchical, and hybrid, right? So even that for sure, it's a damn sure interview questions, guys. They will ask to write a program. So they'll ask, eh, can you tell me about inherit? Because this concepts, right? People will feel it's very very tough actually. Understood? I don't know about multi-level, multiple, right? It's kind of the wording itself sounds hard, and which make them uncomfortable while delivering the answer, right? So now we were good, is it? Yeah. So we will extend this inheritance, and we will have some complexity in this. Okay, we will try to understand what are the complex concepts in inheritance while implementations. Okay, so example, I would say example 03. All right. So in the yesterday's examples, right? So basically, we tried writing a simple, very simple class with data, correct? Now I just want to extend to have constructor and other stuff. Okay. So imagine there is a two classes, class A, right? Class A and class A has some constructor in it, all right? So for example, pass. Class B. These are very important and interesting things, guys. Okay, so listen to this carefully. Init, right, and pass. You got it? So these two are what? These two are very simple classes with a constructor for initialization, isn't it? So for why it is required? What is the purpose of a constructor? So constructor would help us to initialize the required attributes. You got it? For the work. No, yes or no? That's how it is, right? Uh, so basic example is no. This is just to initialize. For example, what is a class? A class is a blueprint, is it? But it's a blueprint. But while creating object, so in the during object-oriented concepts, right? I have given example. So there is a bike with a blueprint, with a bike with color and all naming and everything else. Did you saw that? Right? So in that, what we are doing? So blueprint is different, and with this blueprint, we were initializing name A. This bike name is what? Bugatti, for example. And what is the CC? Engine CC. What are the different features of it? Everything we will initialize. Got it? That is the purpose of a constructor. Understood? So now, so how constructors behaves? For example, there are two classes, right? There are two classes, and this topic you might understood about method overriding. Okay, so for example, let's say class A have constructor, and it is expecting some mandatory parameters. For example, name. Understood. Now in class B is inheriting class A, for example. Understood. Now if I create class B, let's say B object equal to B, isn't it, guys? Clear, huh? You're fine with it, is it? Now, who can tell me what will be the output? Whether it will create object or will not create an object? Okay, got it. Any other volunteer? Navin, can you try? Will it create or it will throw error? Yes. Why? Perfect. Why? Because this is a method overriding, correct? So class B inheriting class A. What does really mean? Which means that we were also inheriting what? A stuff here. If I do this, oh, okay, I had to do the other way around once again. Um, So when we do this, it would copy in the top. Yeah, right. So it would do copy in the top. But actually, my intention is different. I had to do the other way around. For example, let's say I want to change it here, change it here. Now I'm inheriting. Got it? Now what is the like? This is what supposed to be writing. Yeah. Now if I create this, if I create it, what will happen? Did you see this? And so why it got though we inherited A, though we inherited A, what really happened? B has name, correct? But we inherited what? We inherited A method. Understood? So though we inherited A method, how the copy will happen? So copy happens like this only. See, in this order. Got it? See, same error still you are saying. Now, did you understood the reason? The reason is very simple. So when we do this, when we do this kind of examples, right? So B is not happy because a name is not defined. Understood? Yeah. So when it comes to inheritance, what generally we do is see if it is independent one, that's fine. Let's say A has independent class, and we are not invoking into any other, like we are not inheriting to any other class. That's fine. But sometimes what we need to do is we need to inslice. Let's say um, you are creating object for B, and A also has constructor, right? For example, let's say here age, for example. Now, if you see, if you are saying two things here. So what is it? So you are saying you are creating B, right? And for example, let's say for B you are since you are inheriting A also, right? So what is the purpose of inheritance? So you are acquiring features from one class to other class, like attributes and methods, right? And if you are not in, for example, if the class itself having constructor, and if you are not initializing, so no meaning using that functionality, isn't it? Got it? So let me show you something. Let's say df get age. Got it? So here written person age is, right, self dot age, for example. What is the purpose of self actually? So self is a instance attribute. Yeah. So the lifetime of the self is throughout the class. So in this class, once we define, anywhere we can access. Got it? Right. So now, for example, imagine A has a method get age, for example, and in B we want to use this method. Understood? But imagine, so get age. It is using a attribute self dot age, isn't it? So self dot age is what? It is a constructed constructor attribute. You got it? In the constructor, so this is a parameter, and we are creating a constructor attribute here. Self dot age equal to age, right? Now, so without initializing this, using this method does not make any sense. Any sense, isn't it? So to initialize, for example, you inherited A, and you are using, for example, let's say self dot name equal to name, right? Now, B what I'm doing, I'm just sending some, let's say, Kumar Makala, for example, right? When I do this, what happened? This time, no issues. Why? Whatever the parameters that we have passed to this, it taken, it initialize it, right? In order to, while understanding, right, what you can do is you can say, you can print, self dot name, something like this. Got it? When I trigger this, did you see this? Kumar Makala. Yeah. Now, so now df get name, for example, right? Person name is self.name. Got it? Yeah. So now by using this, by using B object, I can get a person name, isn't it? So when I do this, I can also get the person name. So I just printed. So since I'm already using the other function to get the data and print it out, right? I can use this print statement here. Got it? This way I can get the person name is Kumar Makala, for example. Right? Now, since we inherited what? In B class, we inherited A, is it? And if I want to use if I want to I have used it. But when I want to do this, let's say if I want to know the if I want to access this get age, right? So if you try doing this get age, it will throw error. Why? Because you are not initialized, is it? So how when this will get initialized? So when you're creating object, then only it will get initialized, isn't it? In general, when you want to initialize, when you want to use a constructor, you have to create object. Then only this constructor method will be invoked. Yes or no? That's how it is it? There is one way to initialize because see, today when I do this, for example, dot get age, for example, let's say get age. If I do this, this would cry. Did you see this? This would cry. Why? Hey, Kumar, you are trying to call get age, right? But I'm not happy with line number 5. What is the line number 5? If you scroll to the top, line number 5 is this. We got it? So I'm not happy with this line. Reason is, B object has no attribute age. So there is no object called age. That's where I'm not happy. You got it? In order to support this, what we had to do? We had to we had to initialize the initialize the or create the object for A. S- Instead, we can do other way around by using super keyword. By using super keyword, we can still initialize the constructor. By using super keyword, we can still initialize the constructor and use the benefits. Got it? Now, so cool. See, you are creating B object, isn't it? And for B, name is enough. Got it? And imagine you also want to initialize the constructor of A. So how we can do? By using super keyword, right? A super function. You can say like a super keyword or a super function, say. By using super function, we can still initializes the constructor and use the benefits. Benefits in the sense what? Using this, see, once I initialize this, right, I can use the all the methods of it, isn't it, Priyanka? Got it? Now, in order to do this, what is the catch here? The catch is very simple. While creating B for this attribute for what? This attribute for B, correct? B constructor, right? And I will pass one more attribute here. So one more attribute for A. So what is the attribute? Age, right? So let's say age is 30, for example. Got it? And now, so if in B itself, I'll also take one more parameter for age. Understood? Now, what is the catch here? See, I'm taking name for initializing this B, but age I required for initializing the A constructor. A class constructor. To do this, so how I can do it? Let's say super, got it, dot. What I want to do, I want to call which method? What is the method of A class? Init. You got it? And for init, what I have to pass? I have to pass age, isn't it? Or you can pass, you can directly pass age directly like this. Now, what happened? Now if I go ahead and execute this one time, see, it's working fine, right? It initialize, which means that it initialize also. You got it? We created this. Uh, Here in this step, initialize a constructor. Initialize a constructor. Got it? Huh? A constructor attribute age. No, makes sense, huh? Now did you understood how where we are initializing? In the B itself, in the B constructor itself, while creating, we are triggering this. See, this is for B. And we from here we are triggering the A constructor. We are initializing A constructor using super function. Now, did you understood? By using super function, we are initialized. Now, so once we initialize, right? Now, once we initialized in the constructor itself, now we can take the benefit of using the method. Makes sense, huh? Can I print it now? I'll show you how it works. Right? So when I do this now, did you see this? I have used the benefit of because I have inherited. If I want to use the functionalities, so today is just a print statement. Tomorrow, if I want to use other function, let's say calculator operations or any other operations, we can still use it. Yeah, makes sense, is it? So this is one way of initializing the another constructor. Does this make sense? Right. So even with the super function itself, even you can call even get method also. So for example, let's say here itself, um, I'm not calling here. I don't want to call. So once it is initialized, for example, by using super dot, what is the method? Get each. Got it? If we just print it, once we know the power of super, right, we can use it like anything. Did you see this? How the percentage got printed? Because line number 12, we tried. Okay, let me quickly give the explanation. Did you see? We created object. While creating object, we have passed name and age, right? B object. So here, this is a B object, name and age, right? So what is name actually here? Self dot name equal to name, right? And what is self dot? Here, this is fine. We are just initializing the B constructor. And here, self dot init age, meaning what? You are initializing the constructor of A. Next line, what you are doing? Your super dot get age. So what does really mean? Which means you are calling this function, and whatever it is returning, you are printing it out. So that's why it got printed first. Okay. And what you are doing after this, you are also printing b object dot get name, which means that this data. So person name is Kumar Makala. Did you understood how it works? Any confusion? Okay. So this is one example. In short, also I want to give you one second example. 04 class A. Class A has constructor. So let's try to see how we can do it. Okay. Okay. So for example, class A has name, for example. So self dot name. So let us check it in the multi-level multi-level inheritance or even multiple whatever it is, multi-level we will try first. Okay. Self dot name equal to name. Got it? This first thing. And yeah, that's fine. Next one is class B df underscore init. Let's go. Self dot age. Class C df self. Now, guys, and one more important thing, super can only call the parent class. So, for example, let's say, okay. Now, if you see, C is inherited B, B is inherited A. Understood? So here A is the parent class. So when we do a super, right? It always refer to the who is the parent. You got it? Now, in this scenario, if you ask me, hey, Kumar, I want to initialize all the three in one go, right? So directly it is not possible. And what is the other way around, right? Now, let's say now you want to initialize with the C, you want to initialize B and A, for example. In that case, so from C, it is okay that you can initialize, let's say, here it will take the data, let's say, for name and age. For example, it is taking two parameters. Now, so when you want to do this, when you want to trigger this kind of information, right? So even how we have to initialize. So here also, for example, you created an object for C equal to or C object equal to C object equal to C. Got it? Now, let's say think about a scenario. So, here you are making self dot name equal to name, self dot age equal to age. These two are clear, isn't it? Now, you are initializing this, but originally what? You should not initialize here, right? This name and age for what? B and A, isn't it? Now, what we have to do? So you have to trigger this. Let's say super. You got it? Super name comma age. Understood? Super name comma age. What really happened here? So if you look at this here, but here also we will take name comma age. Okay, and ages I'm initializing here. And what I want to do? I also want to so B. This is B, right? I also want to use the benefit of A. Is it? See, from C we are initializing B. From B we are initializing A. Understood? So how we can do it? Put one more super here. Yeah, one more super. Got it? We should pass name, isn't it? That's it. Navin, makes sense, huh? You fine? You got it? So directly you cannot initialize everything in one go. But see, since it is inherited, right? We need to see this guy can trigger this guy. and pass the information. And from here, we are triggering this guy. Yeah, let's try to execute this. It super is bit kind of a complex concept actually. So why it failed actually? Because C required two information, right? I didn't supply anything. That's why it got crashed. Now, how to fix it? For example, yeah, Kumar, yeah, you can. This is like a call by value, right? I'm just passing directly the value. Let's say, for example, 25, for example. So when I go and trigger this, do you see? This time no issue happened. And since the object is since C object is created by using since C object is created, C is inherited B. Got it? And B is inherited A. What does really mean? So if you do this, C object dot, right? What you are saying? You are seeing all the references. Did you see that? You can able to access name. You can able to access age. Can we try quickly? No. Did you understood? Age and name is not defined. Not initialized here. It is initialized in different A and B classes. Yeah. When I do this print age, let's try. See, age is coming and name. Together it should come. Guys, make sense, huh? You're fine with it? Does it make sense to you? How it is working? Yeah. So it's very important to understand. It is direct. It is not direct one way. Okay. So for C class, what is a parent? B is a parent. Understood? So if you use this super dot init, right? So which means you are initializing you are calling this guy. Understood? And for B, who is the parent? A is the parent, right? This A is a parent. You not initialize this guy, you have to call here. Okay, so say correct, correct. No, that's the benefit of super. Otherwise, you cannot use the benefits, right? Understood? See, with this understanding, what did you understood? See, if you use a super keyword, we use a lot in the application development. I think I will try to send a couple of examples where we were using super keyword so that you will understand the real-time usage. You got it? Yeah. Even there is a question will come actually. So during the multiple inheritance, right? Multiple inheritance, it would form a diamond structure. Okay. So there is a question on this. Let me here how to solve how to solve diamond structure in Python, for example. No, diamond structure means, for example, what you can say. Imagine there are four classes: A class, B, C, and D, for example. Let me quickly explain that so that you will understand the problem. So we have four classes, namely A. Okay, I'll also show you how. Yeah, right. So imagine diamond problem is one of the question for even for architects they used to ask, right? So there is a class A and class B is inheriting class A. Okay, and class C is inheriting class A. Okay, and class D is inheriting class B and class A. Class B and class C. Now, did you understood? It formed a diamond, right? Did you see this? This is a diamond structure. You got it? So if you want to solve this problem, to initialization and all other things, right? So we will use a super keyword. The currently we already solved half of it. Now, did you understood how how the diamond structure will be solved? Diamond structure will be called or solved using super function. Yeah, I think you can take a assessment today on this solving diamond problem in multiple inheritance in Python. Yeah, that's a challenge. Because since you already understood this concept, right? So if you understood this concept, the rest of the thing is your own stuff. And if you look at this, now that's where you should understand how to how like let's say when you're copying properties, we should also use the property, right? So you just copy the property, but if you're not using the property, means what? Of no use, isn't it? So in order to do this, that's where you need to understand how the super function makes it more easy to initialize the things. Okay, and generally we will not only just initialize, it also has some methods. Let's say like we have tried in other example, right? Just written cell.name makes sense. No, like this only. No, we had installation, and whatever we initialized, if you want to retrieve the data, we will use this methods only. No, right? Yeah. Now, after knowing this concept, it looks very simple, right? I'm directly guys. We are in whoops concepts, right? So, how many of you feel comfortable actually with this? Right. No, this is one of the toughest concepts in even C, C++, Java. Oops is toughest, right? How many of you agree with it? Because it's not agree. Most of the people say that it's a tough, right? But we are solving just like that. This is how we should learn actually. I want to become a professor also, man. Because this way every student will score nice marks, no? Right? Print C object dot. Now I can directly use the method names also, right? Instead of attributes. C object dot get name. Yeah, guys, make sense? Did you see this? So these two got printed using what? Using accessing the attributes, and these two information got printed using method. Once we create instant attribute, you can access through the instant name itself. So c dot object is instant. See, we can call this c underscore object, right? So this is we can call it as an object or we can call it as an instance. Got it? By using this, you can use the instant attributes. Whatever it is created directly. Did you understood? So first to I would say access the instant attributes attribute name. Access the instant method. Access the access the instant attribute. Okay, access the instant method with method name. These two are the two flavors. That's clear, huh? Any question in this so far? You're fine. You're comfortable. Is it like super is one of the toughest concept, and since that's where I made it more easier. One lever. Understood. So this way we can easily understood the concepts, guys. Yeah. Any confusion so far, or you're good? Molly, you're fine with it? Hey, Molly, you can hear me? Yeah. Oh, okay. You're speaking mute, is it? Okay. Makes sense. All right. So let's move on to other topic. You're fine with this too, right? Yeah. Example 05. Yeah. In this example, I want to show you the method overriding. Okay. So let's try to understand how it works. Right. So here, yeah, let me create a class A, right? And class A has a method. For example, uh, let me show class A, like I should have a same name, like M1. Class name is just M1, and it does not have anything self. Okay, and it just had a return statement. Right? Hello. And class B of class A. And here also it has M1, right? Return high. Got it? Yeah. Now, if you see, if I go and see what we are doing overriding, is it? See, when you are doing this B of A, which means what? You are acquiring what is the inheritance? This is what kind of inheritance actually? What type it is? Single inheritance, right? Which yeah. Now, right, it will copy this, paste it like this. You got it, huh? So meaning when I create an object for B, let's say B underscore object equal to, guys, I'm telling you, I never had done this kind of examples or concepts to any other batch. I'm giving a complete, package with all the knowledge. Understood? So learn nicely, right? Because I want you to work very comfortable in the environment. Yeah, right. So now let me give a B object, B object dot M1, right? So when you do this, what will happen? So print, go next, go this. What did you notice? See, we are overriding. This is called method overriding. Even when I do this, for example, see, you are overriding this method. See, A method you are overriding with this here. Understood? But who which method will win actually? A method. Sorry, not A method, B method, local. What is the local preference? This is the guy. So when you inherit, what happened? No, it inherits from the top. It keeps the data from the top. You got it? So you should remember this style so that you will never forget. And when it comes to this, if A equal 10, A equal 20. So if you do a print A, you will get 20 only, no? I have already given example in another session on that, right? So when you do this, the second guy will win always. Understood? Though we inherited, so this can be overridden with this. So that's why when we call M1, still it calls only B guy only, since it is overridden. Makes sense, huh? Now, so currently self, see here, self, I want to add one more. Let us self dot age for example. But if you see, still this guy will win. Here M1 of name, for example. Even if I when I do this, still no problem. Why no problem? Because this method is overridden with this. Understood? Even if it presents also does not sounds good or does not make any sense. The reason is what? This simply it is rewritten with this only, no? Is overridden with this. That's why though we are not passing, if you see, when I'm calling M1, I have to pass. No, this is a mandatory argument, right? It has type and everything. It has mandatory argument, but still it's not raising issue at a type error, right? Type error it is not raising. Why? The reason is very simple. M1 method is overridden with this B class M1 method, and which does not require what? Any mandatory parameter. Understood? So for example, to make it sense now, what I'll do is I'll just remove this, nothing happening, and here I'll just pass some name. So this time it would cry. Why? What is the reason? The reason is very simple. Now these two are the methods, right? M1 is now M1 is overridden. It must what is this mandatory parameter? Is it a mandatory or optional? It's a mandatory, right? Right. When you do this, this would cry. See B1 BMN method missing one positional argument name. Now did you understood why it is raising error? Right. So this is a concept of method overriding. Okay. So when you're trying out, guys, when you're trying out, you can try method overriding. So since examples, right, I am just removing it actually. Even when you're rewatching it, right, you can just directly fast forward and take the examples from the video. You got it? So that you will have a number of examples to demonstrate instead of rather just one example for one topic. Yeah, yeah, got it. So this is raising error because of it is overridden. And if you want to solve this, what you need to do? You need to pass something else. If required, for example. Anyway, that does not make any sense. Understood? Yeah, makes sense, huh? Yes, clear? Clear in this? Using this, since we are inherited only one method, let's try doing M2. M2 self does not have anything. This Kumar Makala, for example. No, nothing else actually. So instead of instead of only using one method of A, right? So I just want to remove this now, right? When I do this, object.m1, right? It printed hi, and b object dot B object data M2. What is this? Kumar Makala. No, nothing else. See, there is no functionality. Just that I'm claiming that M1 is overridden. Okay, M1 is overridden, and M2 is like normal method. Does not overridden. Got it? With this example, we can try accessing n number of methods and attributes from the inherited class. Yeah. Does this make sense? Here, yeah, you can do that, right? For example, something like this, and return self dot name, but you're not initialized, right? If you do this, what will happen? This would cry. Let me show you how it happens. So, for example, John. So when I do this, that would cry. Why? B has no attribute name. Is a see here what self dot means what? Self is instant attribute, right? If you directly pass name, this would work. Understood? If you pass the name, that should work. But when you want to pass self dot name, you have to initialize here. You can also initialize inside the methods also. Uh, I mean, understood? Huh? So when you want to initialize, you can initialize constructor, yeah, even in the constructor or even in the method. Without initializing, you should not access using self dot. Yeah, understood? Huh? And initialization, we should always follow convention to use the constructor for initializing the object. If you don't like it, hey, I don't want to like it. But there is no point you're not liking it because many developers we had a convention that we should use the constructor for initializing the object. Otherwise, what happened? Let's say today Kumar decided that I have to use constructor as underscore in it, and you want to use some other name, for example. Understood? But only in Python, right? So they only decided to use constructor, init underscore underscore init is a constructor. Okay. But if you want to still use in other way around, let me show you how it works. Example 05, right? Let me quickly show you. Example 06. Okay. So cla class A, df, uh, one constructor, one constructor, name comma age. You got it? Self dot self dot name equal to name. Got it? Now I have a B class which is inherited by A. Now it does not have any method, for example. Now what I want to do is I want to use I want to what I want to use a constructor stuff actually. For example, if I don't yeah here mm, but fine once again df get details person name age. Got it? Now let me create an object for this b equal to or b object equal to b underscore obj equal to b. You got it? If you see, it does not have any issue, right? And if I want to initialize this, now I want to use let me show you how it works. Okay. Now I'm calling directly second method. The first is what? Constructor, own constructor, right? So what I'm going to do is wantedly making the program to crash, saying get details, for example. So get details, what I'm doing, did I initialize the constructor, own constructor? No, is it? No, correct. So without initializing, I'm trying to access the constructor attributes, own constructor attributes. Initialization not yet happened. Got it? So when I do this, then it says, hey, I don't know what is this issue. You got it? It says, hey, you are trying to access the method, but B does not have the attribute name. Understood? Why? Because see, it tried for this and it failed. And you might have a doubt. Hey Kumar, you are saying that it would cry for both, right? But how come it is only showing one? Because as soon as it meets this guy, it program crashed. Okay, and it is not reached here. Did you understood? Okay. To check that, how we can do it? To check that, to get details, right? For example, so even if you provide the information also, it does not make any sense. But imagine, no, did you understood the program got crashed because it is not it is not meeting second portion of the self.h. From it got crashed here, and it does not even know like who is this guy. Understood? Now, what is the catch here? In order to make program not to crash, before this before this step, what we need to do? We need to initialize the constructor. Make sense, huh? Right. So in order to make sense, so before this, I'm just now b underscore object dot. So you need to initialize, is it? If you want to initialize, yeah. If you want to initialize, what is the method? Own constructor. What it required? It required two things, right? Name and age, right? Name and age. What is age? Something like this. Understood? When I do this, you don't see any issue now. And since it is initialized, right? Now you can free to use this function method, isn't it, guys? Understood, huh? Since it is initialized, now b object dot get details, right? That's it. You're done. When I execute this, did you see this? But since I'm not using print statement, that's where it is not printing out here. So if I want to do it, I can do this. Molly, makes sense, huh? See, you're able to see the data now, actually. How about Naveen, Priyanka? Is it fine? Comfortable, right? You're comfortable with this. Did you see how, like, we have created our own constructors? In the real time, we don't do this. We will always use the init constructor rather using the custom constructor. Yeah. In the real time, mhm. um no, own constructor. Like, yeah, we can also write our own constructor. Okay, custom constructor, you can say. Yeah. But this is not a preferable way, actually. For initialization, we should always prefer to have a constructor init method. No, this is to have a education purpose. So even interview, they might ask, hmm? Yeah, yeah, right. Hmm. One second. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, always in it we have to use. Clear, huh? Hmm? All right. These are the ones. Very, very important things. Hmm. In inheritance, what else we can think of? Mm. Hey, and are you guys also available daytime today? In the maybe evening? Okay. How about Molly? No. Since how long you should be there in office? Okay, then how you will be joining? No, mobile phone. I got it actually. But